Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Wednesday. It's January 28th. It's 9:25 in the morning, and we got work to do. So, good news. I managed to get the video up on how to install the rear forelink in a 55 to 59 Apache. The issue I had there, the video was too long. It wouldn't let me export it. So, which is silly. I think it's more of a computer problem than it is a YouTube problem, but it's out. So check that out if you guys are interested in how we put the rear suspension on this truck here. It's a pretty good how-to guide for TCI rear forelink with coilovers on one of these. So today's another big day for this truck. So we are now at a point where we have the parts to install the engine mounts and the transmission crossmember, okay? Which came yesterday. Let me show it to you. And it's a beefy son of a bitch. So this is the transmission crossmember, okay? Now, these come off, okay? And so that's kind of a good thing because it gives you some adjustability and whatnot. But it did come with all the bolts and with everything you need to put this in. You can see where the transmission mounts in there. It's heavy. I mean, this is probably at least 10 pounds. I mean, it's heavy. So, yeah, so this is going in today. This will probably be, I think, might be one of the first things we put in, but I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. I'm gonna let Big Ron dictate that as we go here. But yeah, we're gonna put transmission mount in, get that set. We have the new rubber transmission mount that goes on the bottom of the tranny that'll sit on here, kind of like an isolator bushing. We have a new one of those that we'll also install when we do all this, and then we will get the engine. Basically, I think it's like 3 degrees or something like that. I gotta verify that, but whatever the it's got to kind of tilt back a little bit to get the pinion angle right. So we'll get all that dialed in, and we will get the TCI, total cost involved, weld-in engine mounts that are also made for this truck, trimmed up and installed. They are made for the truck, the engine mounts, but we have boxing plates in a Mustang too, and I think these were meant for no boxing plates and a stock suspension. So we will have to trim them up a little bit, but I think it's going to work out just perfectly. We already, with it just sitting the way it sits in the truck right now, have enough clearance for our power steering and our steering arms and all the knuckles and all the things. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what you guys are going to see today. So it should be a pretty good video for you guys. If you notice, I'm in a sweatshirt. I got a beanie on. It's cold in here. I think it's 59 degrees in the garage with the heat on, both from the house ducted in and with an electric heater going. But it's like 31 outside, so 31 degrees. So I know it's a lot colder where a lot of you guys are, but for us in Florida, that's cold. So, so we're just trying to warm this up a little bit. What you are going to see is I think we're going to put the rollers, the dollies under these wheels and spin the truck around to where the front of the cab of the truck and the engine is facing back by the toolbox at an angle. And the reason for that is we need to get the engine hoist in and we don't want to open the door. So we should be able to accomplish that way. So you'll be seeing that first, us just trying to get situated, and then we'll dive in. And I'll bring you in and show you what we currently have, which is a 2x4. And I'll show you how we put this transmission crossmember in and how all that goes. We'll go through all that, and then we'll get into all the geometry and everything that goes into the engine mounts and getting all that dialed in. You will probably see me bolt the core support onto here today to make sure that once we're kind of where we need to be, that I have enough clearance for pulleys, water pump pulleys, all the accessories, and a radiator and a fan. So we'll probably bolt that on here and just kind of verify some things before we weld everything in final. So should be an exciting day, guys. We are looking at the possibility of getting snow here in Tampa Saturday night. How freaking weird is that? And if we get snow, I will definitely take some videos and send them to you guys, so you guys can see them. I'll post them. It'll be yeah, that'll be something. So last I heard was 1979 was the last time we had snow, but I could be wrong on that. But according to my grandmother, that's where we're at. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. That's what you're going to see. If you guys are watching this, please like and subscribe. I may go live at some point today. We'll see where we get. But yeah, if you guys want to support us, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Click on the notification bell so you know when we post new videos or any new content. And watch the videos, guys. Just watch the long videos, not just the shorts. There's over 1,900 videos on our channel right now. 1,900 videos of the Apache. There's a ton on the Apache, the Volkswagen Thing build, the 40 Ford, the Chevelle, the Chrysler 300, and a bunch of other cars. The frame swap on my dad's 2003 Dodge Ram dually diesel. All that's there. So go check all that out. I think you guys will like it. If you're watching this, you'll probably like that. And I'm going to shut up and get to work. So see you in a minute. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Okay, so here's where we're at. It's been about 2.5 hours, and here's where we are. First off, we didn't have bolts to bolt this transmission mount into the transmission, right? So we had to go to the hardware store, figure out what thread and everything, went and did that. Came back, grade 8 bolts, cool. Went to bolt this on. The holes, this is wrong. So this is too small. So basically, I could put one hole in, one bolt in, and then this hole would be off about half to 3/4 of a hole. So went to O'Reilly's, got the energy suspension mount. So now we're going uptown here, and this, if you look at it in comparison to this, so if you guys run into this, let me find a way I can hold this so you can actually see it. You see the difference? See, it's a little bit more. So actually it's like that. And you can wallow them out if you need to or not. So that's where we're at. So $45 later and $20 for hardware, we are now officially going to start putting the mount in. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we got. So you guys put a turbo 400 in. If you buy, just so you know, the Westar EM-2378 transmission mount, right? That is probably more than likely for a turbo 350, not a turbo 400. So, anyways, wanted to let you know where we're at. So we got the cross member sitting under there, and I'll show you that in a second. Nothing's bolted down yet or anything, but we did get grade 8 hardware to go ahead and bolt all that down into the frame and everything when we get to that point. But yeah, so now the next step is to bolt this to the transmission, get the cross member, get everything kind of about where we want it, set it down, drill the holes for the cross member, bolt it in, and then start messing with the engine mounts. So stay tuned. We're working through it, and if anybody that's ever built hot rods understands exactly what I'm saying, you think you have the right stuff, but hey, sometimes it happens. Thank God for O'Reilly Auto Parts. What's that guy's name up there? I forgot. He's the manager up there. He's amazing. So walked in and saw him. I was like, ah, the right guy. Help me. So Yeah, because we're not real sure what the Turbo 400 actually came out of, what year, make, model.
TJ or something? No.
TJ?
Yeah.
Maybe TJ? I don't know. But if you're watching this, TJ, thank you, brother. So anyway, I'm going to shut up. We're going to go bolt this in, and I'll bring all this to you here in a second. Just wanted to fill you in because it's getting interesting.
Okay guys, you are underneath the truck with me, and what you're looking at here, and I apologize for the camera moving, this is our new transmission crossmember. Now, how we did this, we bolted the energy suspension mount to the transmission here. Okay, you can see it there. That's it right there. And then bolted it to the actual crossmember here. Okay, bolted up good, no issues. So now what we're doing is we went ahead and checked center line, and how we did that is we measured from the center of the yoke to the frame here is 14 3/4, same from here to here. So 14 3/4 is my center line to dead center of the yoke. So we know we're pretty close there. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get out from under here, and we are going to drop the truck down to ride height, back on all four paws, and from there get our 3 degrees on the engine and everything, and start dialing in engine mounts and stuff, trying to figure that all out. And then we'll come back here, and we'll probably grind some of this off here and put a couple tacks on this, and we'll bolt these brackets in or weld them in. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out. And yeah, it's a tank though. I mean, this is a heavy duty mount. I feel pretty good about all of this. So that's what we're doing here, guys. I just wanted to show you this from under the truck. I apologize for the bad camera angles and all that. I'm literally laying on my head under here. But yeah, so stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna get out of here and we're gonna drop this thing down. I'll show you all that.
Okay, guys, so what we're doing now, we're dropping the jack that's under the transmission. You can probably see Ron pulling it out the other side. And then we're going to take and jack the truck up, pull the jack stands out, set the truck down at ride height, and go from there. There we go.
You good?
Yeah.
It obviously rolls.
Roll's good. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going to be on that. Now we got to figure center line on the engine and figure out the go ahead and figure out the 3 degrees. I believe it's 3 degrees. I got to verify that, but basically here on top of the engine, and that'll give us our pinion angle.
Probably we'll check them off.
Yeah, we're going to check it off with a couple different places, but yeah, and then we can start figuring out engine mounts. So stay tuned for that. Okay, guys. So a little bit of tech talk, right? So basically how this is supposed to go when you're setting up your engine mounts and trying to get the angle right on your engine and everything else, right? Is at the back of the engine, you're supposed to have a 3 degree basically drop in the back, right? And that whole purpose of that is to get if you're running a carbureted engine, okay, this is the big thing. So if you're running a carburetor like we're going to, then on the intake where the carburetor mounts, okay, that should be at 0 degrees. So the 3 degree drop in the back gives you 0 here, right? We're figuring out really quick that we probably could, I just don't know how, to get those numbers correct with the fuel injected tune port engine that's in it. So what we're gonna do real quick is pull this engine out, unhook it from the transmission, well, pull the whole thing out probably, and then swap over to the actual carbureted engine, the 354 bolt, the L-82, and then stab the L-82 in here, put my new Edelbrock intake on it with the HEI, and which is what I probably should have done to begin with. And then we'll know exactly where we're going, because the distributor on the tune port motor is small, where my HEI is a little bigger. So we'll make sure we got clearance there, which I think we have oodles of clearance on this, but also the carb, I want to make sure that with the manifold on, we're at 0. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave the camera running while we hook all this up, and you guys can watch that. And then yeah, we got the door open. It's gotten it's like 58 outside now, so it's getting a little warmer. So yeah, more or less just to be safe is what we're doing. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what we're doing here, we're going to get to where you can see me. Alright, so engine and transmission are out. I'm going to bust these transmission bolts off, pull the tranny back. Then we're going to set the engine on this dolly that it usually goes on, and kind of go from there. So that's what we're doing. There we go. Save all the bolts. Let me get a bucket. Yep. Alright, train is off. We're going to do a little shuffling. When we come back, we'll be getting the actual engine that's going in the truck, the L-82, and we'll be setting it into the truck. So that way we can get the correct measurements and the correct pinion angle with the correct HEI distributor and everything else, and we can make sure we're right. We should have done that from the get-go, but we really didn't think about the pinion angle thing, to be honest with you. because this engine probably looks way cooler at the moment than the other one, but you know, whatever. So that's what we're doing, guys, so stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. So this is the actual engine going into the 58 Chevy Apache. So what I've done is I zipped the engine mounts, they go right here, off of the tune port engine back there, and now I'm putting them onto this engine so we can do what we need to do. So let's see where this goes. Okay guys, so just a quick rundown of what you're looking at here. This is a 350 4-bolt main out of a 79 Corvette L-82. So it was, I think, 280 horse or something like that. Yeah, so 350 4-bolt main. It's got the camel hump, 202 160 heads. I believe they're casting number 186 heads on it. This motor needs to be rebuilt, and it's you know, it doesn't have the cam, pistons, rods, all that's out of it except for one rod and one piston. So it's kind of a hodgepodge. So basically what we're trying to do now is get more head bolts in it, and that's what Ron just went and grabbed, and then that way we can actually hook onto this thing to get it into there, right? So without screwing anything up. So that's what we're doing. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. All right guys, so we've got the good engine, the good transmission. These are the ones that are going in this truck. They're all bolted together, and we're getting ready to stab them in and then redo everything we've already done. So I think Ron's going to readjust here so we get the right angle on the dangle. This out of his way, and we'll go from there. So here in a second, we'll actually have the right everything going into the Apache. So that's kind of exciting. And then we can put our good intake manifold, our HEI, all that in, and make damn sure that we have the right angles, that we're at 0 degrees at the carb mounting face, and 3 degrees on the back should get us there, and do this thing. So kind of excited about that. So what's going to happen next? Edelbrock Performer EPS manifold. I'm going to set that on there. And I've also got the new HEI, Proform HEI. And straighten up a little bit here. And we'll get that in there. That way we know that we have clearance for an HEI, everything. We can take our measurements off this plate here. So when I talk about getting 0 degrees, if you look at this, this is the back, right? The distributor goes here. See how much higher this is than the front? So you want to put your angle gauge right here on this flat plane where the carburetor mounts and be 0 degrees. So part of that is the back of the motor has to drop 3 degrees, which is why you have more product here to get 0 here. So hope that makes a little bit of sense.
That ain't how you want it. Well, it might be level that way, but you want to turn it sideways. So what we got there?
Dead nuts on 0.
Okay.
Okay. So, guys, bring you in here. You look at this, what I'm doing here. Where I've got this, right here, I've got it going this way. I'm at 0 degrees, dead on. So 0 degrees there is exactly what I'm looking for. So we don't have any carburetor weird fuel issues and that kind of thing. So we're dead nuts right there. Now the only thing left to do is to figure out center on both the transmission and the engine and get it kind of there. Now I do want to set real quick the distributor in here and make sure that looks right.
Yep.
And then we'll go from there. Back them out a little bit. Nope. Put you guys back over here. Actually see what's going on. Something like that, right?
Make sure we can drop that in and not have an issue. That's pretty good.
Okay guys, here we are. So, what you're about to see is Big Ron's going to weld in this engine mount right here, driver's side, okay? We've got it trimmed up, you've seen all of that, it's pretty much ready to go, okay? Now how we got there is probably the most important piece of this. So if you're doing this at home, this is how we got there. We measured from the frame, same spot on the frame all the way across. What did we get? It was 30 and something.
30 and a quarter.
30 and a quarter. Anyway, it's 15 and an eighth from the dead center of this harmonic balancer bolt to here, same side. We've got that dead nuts at 15 and an eighth. That's dead center. Now, while at dead center, we also have our degree gauge up here sitting on the surface of the intake manifold where the carburetor mounts, okay? And we're at 0 degrees, which is where we want to be on the flat part where the carburetor mounts. 0. Okay, we're dead nuts. No matter how you put this, here, it's 0. Okay? Then, if you put this like here, you get 3 degrees. Okay? Or on the valve cover or whatever. Anywhere, you get 3 degrees, which is exactly the engine angle that we want. So that's what's going on. We did have to do some trimming on this engine mount. You guys saw that. To get everything dialed in to where everything fits exactly right. And yeah, so I'm gonna shut up. Big Ron's gonna weld this in, so that'll be the next thing you see. engine mount number 1 going in. Now remember, the transmission crossmember is in, but it's not bolted down or anything in the rear. So this will be the first real fixed point of this whole thing. So we're gonna get this one in, and then that one, and then we'll dial in the transmission, which shouldn't be too big of a deal. So that's the deal. Be back in a second.
Okay guys, here we go. Big Ron's gonna tack this on. Try to get you in here best I can. One tack. There we go.
Make sure this one's right.
Engine mount's going in. It's kind of exciting. Wish I could get you a better angle, but it's tight in here.
Definitely got penetration.
You ain't kidding.
I'm gonna weld it across. See what we get. It ain't going anywhere.
It ain't going anywhere. See where we get. Alright guys, we're going to start figuring out the other one. We're going to go ahead and bolt this one in and do that. Now that he's hopping out of the way, I'll give you a look here where we're at. I got a couple good tacks up top. Welder's running good.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're dead nuts where we want to be. We got a extension through here because we don't have a big enough bolt at the moment, but that gets this one in. So now we'll come over here and do this side, which would be that guy right there. So stay tuned. I'll bring it all to you here in a second. Good tack. Nice weld. That's a great weld.
Am I getting better?
Not bad, guy. Yeah.
She's in there.
Weld it up.
run it on out.
Yeah.
I'd say that's hot.
Yeah. That'll work. And then we'll do the other stuff when we take the engine back out. You want to run a bead on this one?
Yeah, I'll
Finish that up?
I'll finish it. Now that we've got video. Finish this one up. Look cool for a minute, then I'll finish it up.
Well, that son of a bitch ain't going nowhere. We're done with the cut off and everything, right?
Yeah. Go ahead and put that away. Pretty good there, ain't it? We're pretty close. Because you can fold it down to the right.
All right, guys, here we are. So the last thing you guys saw was Ron burning in the engine mounts here. Did a really good job. They're looking great. Now they're not completely welded in yet. We're going to pull the motor and transmission back out at some point, and then we'll finish welding all that up, and then we'll prime all of this and epoxy prime everything that's bare metal and so on and so forth. But engine mounts are in, guys, and man, they look good. They're beefy as hell. Look at those things. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. They ain't going nowhere. Now, one of the things you saw us doing was measuring 500 times, strapping it, rolling the engine a little bit, trying to get all of our numbers correct, right? One of the great things that happened here is look how much room I have back here behind the distributor. I have tons, okay? I can do anything I want here, okay? Valve covers, on and off, no problem. I can get to the transmission bolts back here, all of this. Now, if you look at this from a how much room do we have this way perspective, this is where the core support goes, right here. It mounts right here and right there, okay? So from there back is what we have. So figure we'll do short water pump, all the accessories and everything, there'll be plenty of room. Radiator, electric fan, we're golden. There's tons of room.
So we're in a really good place on this, and I believe we have absolutely all the room we ever needed to put long tubes on this thing. So that's kind of exciting in itself. So one of the things we'll be getting here shortly will be a set of long tube headers for this. That way we can figure out our steering and do all that. So lots of stuff to come, guys. The only thing left now on the engine and tranny mounts is the transmission mount. Now it is physically there, and the transmission is bolted to it. Okay, you can see it back in there. It's a black bar. Okay, but it's kind of free floating. So we haven't bolted it down or welded it in yet. So tomorrow we'll be back over here and we will get the transmission mount squared away and get it all welded up and get everything bolted in and where we need to be. We actually have the right grade 8 hardware and everything now. Picked that up this morning, and we'll get that done. So been a long day. Appreciate you guys hanging in there with us. Again, if you guys want to support us, you like what you see, you like us, you want to hang around and be a part of this, click that subscribe button, click on the notification bell. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing. There's no subscription, none of that. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. But it really does help us. And if you guys want to go on onto the channel, there's over 1,900 videos of this whole build, the Volkswagen thing, the 40 Ford, the frame swap on the dually diesel, rebuilding the Cummins, all of that's here. The fuel system, all of that's there. So if you guys want to support us, that's a great way to do it. We are monetized, but most people watch our shorts, and you don't make a lot of money off shorts. So it's basically like not being monetized. So if you guys would watch the long videos, that would really help us. And yeah, we can actually get these things done a little quicker. So appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with the transmission cross member and getting all that dialed in. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you.